Hi there, everybody. This is Susan Heaton-Wright from Superstar Communicator. I'm absolutely delighted to have Sue Wybrow on the other end at St Albans. She is the most amazing entrepreneur, and she is the founder and owner of the business community. Now, I wanted to invite Sue along to discuss and talk about setting goals, but not setting goals for 2019, actually sharing them, because it is really, really easy to write everything down, either keep it personal, putting it in a little envelope for the end of the year to look at what's happened, or to put in your planner and it doesn't become public. Yes, there are some people who might share it online, but there is something about actually speaking it to someone else, because it means that you become accountable. So Sue has very bravely volunteered to share a couple of her goals, and I'm going to share a couple of my goals, and we've got a joint one as well. Yay!
We have.
Yes.
Hi, Susan. Happy New Year. Or have I done a video now? Yeah, Happy New Year, and I'm looking forward to an amazing 2019. I'm very excited to get
that
going.
Is brilliant, and you deserve it. You work so hard and you inspire so many people.
Thank you. Well, we like to try, as I say, it's all about working together, isn't it? You know that we can't do everything on our own. We need each other.
Definitely.
We're here to help and support each other in business and in life.
Absolutely. Well, tell us something about the business community before we share our goals.
Okay, well, I do run another business. So the businesses community sort of started by accident as a business owner, a pretty new business owner. I wanted to work with other business owners to share ideas, support and help each other, chat about perhaps the latest app or what's going on in social media. So it sort of organically happened. So we started, I think, with a Facebook group first of all, which was, I just said, if anyone fancies joining me, I'm starting this group all about business in St Albans. Come and join me if you fancy it. And then now it's like got 4,000 plus people in it. So it's grown rapidly since the 5 years when we started it. And then we started Jelly, which was like a monthly informal casual get together where you could co-work. Well, not that we get much work done.
No, there was no work that went on. It was all talking.
So you can rock up for an hour, or you can come and stay all day, and you never know who you're going to meet because you don't have to book in. It's free. You just buy your own drink or your lunch at the bar, and every single month I learn something new. Meeting amazing people, connecting with other people. Oh, I've still got my name tag on here from an earlier meeting. Sharing ideas, and I didn't know that accounting software did that, or that who's been using MailChimp, how does this bit work, and it's incredible what's come out of that group. Socials, friendship, business, collaborations, it's just been amazing, really.
Well, it's all down to you. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And I never got your glasses. I was in awe of your glasses. But then all this juicy information was getting lost on Facebook, because obviously the streams go down, and we started to do a few events. So we then created a website to have all this information in one place, so that businesses could share their expertise, could feature themselves on this site, could tell us what events they were putting on, could tell us their top tips on public speaking, for instance. Then we started a TBC shop, so you could put your products and services in there. And then we could all share that, so your business gets in front of a wider audience, a ready-made, active and engaged audience, all with links back to your website as well. So it's a central place for promotion of your business, getting to know, like and trust you, recommend you. And yeah, it's been quite a journey, Susan, as you know.
And what are your goals for 2019?
Well, my goals are, because last year we did rebrand, because we started off as St Albans businesses. Then we were approached by other people that we knew that wanted to start something similar in their areas. So there was Enfield and Bedfordshire, and growing Facebook groups in other areas. So we couldn't call it St Albans Businesses because it was in Enfield and Bedfordshire. So we had to rebrand, which upset a few people and confused a few people, and became the Businesses Community St Albans, the Businesses Community Enfield. So really, now is the time. So we've revamped the whole website, and that was quite a journey. So the sites are all now ready. People are using them. One of the goals is now to get our communications right, to explain to businesses what an amazing platform it is for their business, for, you know, a very low membership fee. We've got 2 membership fees. So it's a starting package and if you want to do more package. That you can, you know, share your expertise, you can share your events that we will then share and spread that word for you. So it's a platform for businesses to showcase what they are doing, their business story, because everyone loves to connect with people. Why did you start your business? And then you build that trust, and that people like, you know, not everybody will like me, but hopefully that you build upon that. They get to know, like, and trust you. And then when they say, oh, I need an event supplier. Oh, you need Susan. I've seen her stuff. I've seen her case studies. I've seen what she's doing. I know that she's, you know, as we met, you know, I met a guy in London who was looking for your services, and you just connect the two, don't you? Because you go, oh, I know exactly who you need. Yeah. And that's how it's all sort of grown. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the goals, is to get our communications right and to overcome the confusion of the name change. So we still do have St Albans Businesses on some of our social media platforms. So it's explaining why we have that.
Yes.
And what the benefits are of joining this amazing community. So yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Anything else?
Obviously growing our membership. So what we've also introduced is, we call it the thank you bank, because so many of our members already recommend us to others. So we have a great clients coming on board because they've been recommended by people that are members that love what we do and can see the benefits of what we do, which is the perfect way, obviously, to get new members on. So we wanted to say thank you we didn't want to just sort of send someone like a Amazon voucher or whatever. We wanted to keep it within the family, within the St Albans family. So when someone comes on board, we always ask them, how did you hear of us? So if they say Susan Heaton-Wright, we'll then email you and go, Susan, we've just added £5 to your TBC thank you bank. And you can either spend that with us on perhaps going into BizCom or a social event or a Christmas do, or you can spend it with any of our TBC members. So you could go and get a pint down the Fighting Cocks with Christo, or you could put it towards a meal at St Villa, or you can bank it and just keep it and use it whenever you want to. So it's a small token of appreciation, but if you add it up, it will then might pay for you to feature your business in BizCom, or discount on an exhibition stand or something, keeping it within the community as well.
That's really
so yeah, so you know, it's a thank you, basically. That's all it is. It's not a bribe. It's not a like, oh, if you get this many points you get this. It's basically thanks, and here's a small token of our appreciation. So yeah, that's one of the things, is sort of working with our existing members to say, did you know that you can do this? So a new thing we're doing this year is introducing, we have our sort of daily themes, and we've introduced some new daily themes just to mix things up a bit. But we've also introduced a monthly theme, because some people don't like to blow their own trumpet, Susan. They don't like to sit there and go, I am great. And I can understand that.
Yeah.
So we're making it easier for people to do that. So this month's theme is 5 questions we asked the St Albans Business. So the questions are on our Facebook group. So if you answer those questions and just email them to us, we'll then add it to the TBC website with a link back to your website, and then we put it all over social media. So, and that's part of your membership, and it gives you something to start with. So instead of saying, Susan, write something for the site, here's a blank piece of paper, and you'll go, oh, I don't know what to write. This is 5 questions, which are basically like, why did you start your business? You know, what made you start your business? what does your business offer? What kind of clients you're looking for? What's been your biggest struggles? What piece of advice would you give to another business owner? So very simple, but giving us an insight into who you are, what you do, and what kind of clients you're looking for. Because another thing is people say, oh, you know, you're all small businesses, but we're all people and we all know people.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things was a guy came along to one of the jellies and he explained to me what he did. And I went, I've got no idea what you do. It's well above my head. And I said, who are you looking for? What kind of clients are you looking for? And he said, well, I need to get in with construction companies. And I said, oh, 2 of my best friends work at 2 separate, very large construction companies. Send me an email with what you want me to say, and I'll send them off. And he got a big contract, and he's just gone on to his second contract with one of those guys.
That's
so
amazing.
You never know who's in the room.
You don't know who's in the room, but you've got to ask the right questions, haven't you? You've got to be visible with what's right. If that's not very well worded, but you know, if you go in, oh, I'm Susan Heaton-Wright, or I'm Susan Heaton-Wright, and actually I'm looking to speak to this particular type of client, really helps people to understand you, doesn't it?
Oh, exactly, because there's no point you walking into a room and people thinking that you organise corporate workshops. You know, you're an event organiser. That's not what you do. And I know that over time that we've, you know, the first time I met you, we had a chat, but it's only over time. And the beauty of TBC is it doesn't have to be offline all the time. You can still be consistent online. Obviously, it's lovely to meet people in the flesh, which is why it's good to have both.
Yes.
But it's that whole drip feed over time. Oh, I just, you know, we were chatting, what you've been up to. Oh, well, I've just put on this big orchestra. And then you learn a bit more, don't you?
Absolutely.
And you can't tell someone everything in 1 minute.
No, we can't. You can't do. You're absolutely right. Now, you talking about what your plans are for 2019, has it helped clarify what you want to do? And me listening to you helped you feel, oh, I'm accountable to Susan now.
Yeah, exactly, because I've got to get these comms right. So
I'm going to be on your back with this.
Please do. Yeah, I think it's great. And I go to Weight Watchers, and I think the Weight Watchers model is brilliant.
So it's almost similar to speaking and being accountable for your goals. That's interesting.
Absolutely, because you have the team support. So I go to the meetings, you have the team support, you have the accountability of going every week. I mean, obviously you can miss some. You have the pieces of paper that they give you with recipes and stuff. So you've got the touchy-feely tactile stuff. You've got your app, and you've got your measurability in terms of being weighed. I mean, they're changing their whole philosophy now. It's not called Weight Watchers anymore. It's called Wellness and something else. And it's all about mindfulness and well-being rather than how much you weigh. So it's been interesting to see that transition, and the whole world is going that way.
Because there's no longer the shaming if you don't lose your 2 pounds every week or something, which is good.
No.
And
you don't even have to get weighed if you choose not to. You know, it's about, you're not necessarily there to lose weight. You're there to feel better about yourself. And if the fact is that you want to lose weight, then great. But it's also about that whole, how are you giving yourself time in this busy life? You know, I think that everyone's feeling that life is so frantic. Hang on a minute, we all need to stop at some point and breathe. And you made
a really good point, and I know that a lot of people who watch the vlog or listen to the podcast either are entrepreneurs, small business owners like you and me, who are often working independently quite a bit, or alternatively they are people working in businesses who are wanting to develop their careers. And again, it might not be possible to talk to those people around you about your goals. And, you know, for whatever reason, because, you know, we've all got our own career journey and we don't necessarily want to reveal that to other people. But it shows how important it is to have some accountability with other people in real life, rather than hiding those goals in a, or in an envelope to open at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a bit, you know, I was feeling, do I want to share my goals with people? People feel like, oh, is someone going to steal my idea? And, you know, are they going to, you know, follow what I do? People do follow what you do, and people do steal your ideas, but that's, you should be flattered. And also, there's only one you. There's only one Susan Heaton-Wright. There's only one Susan Heaton-Wright.
But I agree with you. But, you know, if somebody else were to copy what you're doing in another, you know, business group, it would never be the same as what you do, because you are the figurehead of the business's community, aren't you?
Well, it's interesting because having working with Jodie and Ben and Sam, so Jodie runs Enfield. Jodie and I used to work together in marketing for years. We're very similar characters. Ben and Sam obviously are completely different. They're not marketeers, they're blokes, for, you know, that's quite a difference. And so it's been interesting working with two completely different people, and Jodie, who is very similar, but seeing them, you know, grow their groups. And it is a slow process. It doesn't just happen overnight. No. It does take work to do, and it takes that passion and that love for what you do. But people buy from people. Some people will absolutely detest me and what I'm doing, but then the group's not right for them, is it?
Absolutely.
You know,
and that's a filter. That is a filter that we all have when we buy from somebody else. Do we like it? Do we not? And that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, since you've shared your goals with me, what would you need from me in the way of accountability to help you to fulfill, you know, get those goals for the year?
I think my plan is this month, or this week, I'm going to be writing like a sort of it was started off in my mind as like a welcome pack. So when you become a TBC member, what do you do next? How, you know, well, how do I start? There's so much you can do. So I was going to do a visual sort of, right, you're now a member, welcome to the team, get your profile up on the website, and then tell us, and then we will share it out on social media for you. So immediately you're getting exposure for your business. So that's step one, just do that. And then step two, you know, have a look at what's going on in the Facebook group, join in the conversations. It is a two-way street. If you sit there and do nothing, yes, we will put you in front of people, but if you get involved, people are going to get to know more about you. And, you know, we have the daily themes to get people interested. And then obviously the other package, people can actually blog on the site, put their products in the shop, get their events on there. So just getting that over in a visual way, which we will then break down and share on social media as well. So it will encourage people who aren't members to actually see what they could do if they were members, and how we can all help each other. So from this little pack, which will probably turn into a notebook and send out, so the first 5 or 6 pages will be the welcome information, then it's a handy notebook. So you'll get that in your welcome pack, because when you become a member, we send out a little welcome pack with like BizCom in it, year planner.
Now,
magnet.
Sue, you've not answered my question.
Oh, how can I be accountable to you?
Yeah, so you've given me those goals. Would you like me to touch base with you once a month to check that everything's okay?
Please. Yes, that would be great. Or even on a quarter. It's up to you, whatever works for you. Because I think it'll be great to say to you, this is the comms I'm thinking about. You know from the outside what it is we're trying to achieve. I'm on the inside. You could say, well, that doesn't make sense. Or, oh, I didn't know you could do that. You know, so it might be interesting to say to you, does this visual communicate what we're trying to communicate? So it'd be good from that point of view.
So therefore, as an accountability person that you have shared your goals with, being able to bounce off those ideas and to see not just have you achieved those things, but does it work for you as an outsider, as a civilian?
Yeah. Without your TBC hat on.
So this is really interesting because obviously you've very bravely shared your goals. We've realized the importance of when it's out there, that actually it makes it tangible and real rather than hiding it away, but also how important it is to have accountability people to motivate you and to bounce those ideas off,
Yeah,
so that those goals, all of those plans for 2019 get achieved. Now,
exactly.
you know, I'm sure that everything's going to be fine, but the worst possible scenario, if you weren't very well, if for example your back played up again and it impacted on your health, that
Mm-hmm.
accountability person, which is me, I would be able to say to you, come on, love, I think you need to have a break.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
sometimes
you'll
if you,
take over and carry it for me.
oh yeah,
You can do
yeah.
it.
Um, but you know, sometimes if you're working on your own, you might battle on and think, oh, I've
Mm.
got to achieve these things. And a second person, you know, a person outside the business is able to see a bigger picture and recognize that, you know what, you've got to stop.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
another good reason for actually sharing these things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because sometimes you don't see things coming that other
You
people
don't
do.
see things coming. You
You're
know,
just
there's somebody,
seeing,
without going into any details, somebody within another community I'm in who worked so hard last year building up an amazing business, but towards the end of the year she was signed off for stress
mm,
and exhaustion, and you know,
yeah,
and she's recognized that before it went into full, you know, proper illness.
yeah,
She's already booked a 3-week holiday in the middle of the year, spending more time with her child at half terms and holidays. And I think, you know, that's great. She's getting a balance now.
absolutely. Because, you know, why are we doing this? We're doing this so that we can have a life, you know, to be able to work when we want to. But I think people often find that they're working longer hours than they did when they were employed. And that
Definitely.
wants all of it.
Absolutely.
I think we all have to go through that journey and find our own way to realize that you've not done too much. You've done lots of things that you wanted to do, because everything I've done, I've really wanted to do it.
Yes.
I've done it. And then it's now when you just go, actually, I don't need to do all of that now. You
Yeah.
know, I've done that. Great. I love doing it, but I'm not going to do that bit again. Or I might do that again in 3 years.
Yeah.
But it's realizing that you don't have to be busy to be successful.
Absolutely.
And
So
success is your own definition anyway. We
yeah.
define success, you do. So
Yeah.
success for you is taking an hour out to go and walk the dog, or, you know, go and have to go and take my mum out for lunch on a Friday. That's success for me, is having time to spend with my family and being able to pay my mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we finish, I know that
Yeah,
we now have, from speaking before this vlog, we now have a joint goal, haven't we?
we have. But do you need to tell me your business goal
Oh,
first? Come on, you're not getting away that easily. So with
okay.
your
I've got
business goal,
I've got one personal one.
yeah.
The personal one is to lose weight.
Mhm.
Last year, one of my things was to get fit, and obviously, I did the 22-mile swim. And
Amazing.
you know, it wasn't crazy at all. It was
No,
hard work
amazing,
at times.
amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I
Yeah,
raised over £1,000 for the charity. You know, just
fantastic.
you know, it's great that the charity has got some money from it.
Brilliant.
So I raised my fitness level, but really I need to lose some weight as well now. So really focusing on my diet, and everything without going crazy about it, but
Mm.
eating more healthily so that I can lose weight. So that's my personal one, along with the fitness. From a
So
point of view of
do you want me to slap you if I see you with a biscuit? Is that your accountability from me?
a gin, and yes, yes. Any photo of me on social media with it.
With a cream bun, I shall be on your case.
Yeah.
So
Second,
when you check in with me every month, then am I going to check in with you and say, how are you getting on?
Yeah, absolutely. That, you know, that'd be very useful. Then another thing is, you know, from my business, because I've putting a lot more emphasis on the communications and speaking business. My communication model, Superstar Communicator, has now been trademarked. I'd been
Fabulous.
using it, yeah, yes. Um, I'd been using it for a couple of years, and a business person from Exemplar said, "For goodness sake, get it trademarked. It's you know, the way it works is brilliant," and I'm so glad I took up her advice. So I want to push that and make sure that everything that I do reflects the fact that I've got this particular model, rather like any type of training model. People often refer back to a particular model or name. Because I'm CPD accredited as a speaker, I'm very much focused on areas of industry where CPD points and accreditation are part of their professional development. So that is the building industry, accountancy, law, the financial industry. So I'm very much targeting those areas, either to be a trainer in-house within a training company that delivers, or the associations, or even in-house in a company, and I'd be able to whip out my certificates and hand one to everybody after I'd spoken or done a seminar. So that's very much my focus for the year, to make the most of that accreditation, both for my business development, but also for the people that I'm training, so that they, you know, they get added value from it. So those are my goals, which I think are quite clarified. Also, I'm wanting to build up the podcast, Superstar Communicator podcast and vlog, so that I can, you know, share lots of tips and things like that for people, which is great. But
busy year.
Yeah, busy year. And now what
was the but?
You see, now that Nick's gone to university, I've got a lot more time, you know, because I'm no longer a taxi service. But I know that we also have a joint goal, don't we?
We do have a joint goal, Susan.
And just talking before I recorded this, we were talking about swimming and the fact that I'd done this challenge last year. And I'm going to find a sort of charity relay race type thing that we can have a team. So Sue, you, myself, a couple of others will join in, and we will just swim at our own pace. We won't be in a relay race, but just to do it so that we are working as a team and, you know, fulfilling a goal.
No, it'd be really good. It'd be really good. Like I say, I mentioned we looked at briefly the Bournemouth one, but I'd have a look at that one because it did look good peer-to-peer, but any other ones, and obviously for a charity, would be fantastic.
Yeah, and I think that at this stage, probably being in a pool is better than in the open water. At this stage, and never say never, but at this stage.
I think we'll both look into those and come back with propositions of what we think would be a good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
So before we finish, how can people get in contact with you if they want to be involved in the businesses community?
So it's thebusinessescommunity.com. So that is plural business. So businessescommunity.com. And then you can have a look at the 3 websites that we have live under that umbrella, which is Enfield, the whole of Bedfordshire, and St Albans. We've got growing communities in Welling and Hatfield, Milton Keynes, and we have a worldwide group.
Wow.
So no matter where you are in the world, come and join the worldwide group as well. And business conversations going on there.
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you so much for being so generous and brave about sharing your business goals for 2019. And I think that we need to do an update with swimming when we've done that to
Yes,
share with people.
I think we should wear our swimming hats on the podcast.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think we need to get those floral ones.
I think we need to get those floral ones. There's a challenge. If anyone's a supplier of the floral swimming caps, get in touch with Susan and I.
Thank you.